Hello everyone and welcome to a new review on ChinaMobileMag.com. Today we want to have a look at one of the most popular and in our opinion cheapest octa-core phones from China. We are talking about the Cubot X6, which has been provided to us by our sponsor efox-shop.com. The Cubot X6 is a very cheap phone priced at only 171 bucks, which is offering quite a lot for its price. Next to a really beautiful and unique design, the phone is equipped with a MediaTek MT6592 octa-core processor, a 5-inch 720p IPS OGS screen, 1GB of RAM, 16GB of internal memory, a 8-megapixel rear camera, a 5-megapixel front camera, and even support for OTG. This all might sound a bit unbelievable at this price level, so let's have a closer look at the phone and see if it really can meet up with the expectations. The Cubot X6 comes in a normal white carton box on which we find nothing except the Cubot logo on top and some sticker about the package contents on one side. Next to the phone, efox is delivering a power supply with their own branding and in our case a German plug, a replacement protective film in addition to the one applied out of the box, a flip case with good build quality which perfectly fits on the phone and is turning the screen on and off when opening or closing the case using a magnet, a micro USB cable in white with convenient length, one OTG cable which enables you to use USB sticks, mouses and keyboards with the phone, one pair of in-ear headphones which provide an acceptable audio quality, and lastly one quick start manual with good printing quality. As mentioned already, the Cubot X6 does feature a very beautiful design. On the front you immediately notice the slightly rounded upper and lower sides, as well as the large phone call speaker with the blue highlight and the visible sensors for light and distance next to it. A bit below you can find the front camera of the phone directly above the screen. Below the screen we find three perfectly visible soft buttons for menu, home and back, which are not back illuminated. Also we do find a voice microphone below. When turning the phone to the sides, we immediately notice the nicely curved and two-colored sides of the phone, which is giving the phone this little extra in terms of design. Here we do find a volume rocker on the left. On the lower side we do find nothing except a small gap to pull the back cover of the phone. On the right side we do find the on-off switch, and on the top side we do find the 3.5mm headphone jack as well as the micro USB port, which is supporting OTG. When looking at the rear of the phone, we immediately notice the large aluminum frame around the camera. This one is not only there for design purposes but is also used for cooling the phone. Because of this, the phone does not get as hot as other MT6592 phones. Right below the camera comes the LED flash. On the lower half of the rear we do find a Cubot logo as well as an opening for the media speaker of the phone. Pulling off the back cover of the phone needs quite some force. Once it is pulled off we look at one micro SIM slot, one micro SD slot and one normal SIM slot. Below comes the battery and again below the media speaker of the phone. In our opinion, the Cubot X6 is one of the most beautiful Chinese mid-range phones we did test so far. The screen of the Cubot X6 did surprise us in a positive way. Because of the low price, a 5-inch IPS OGS screen with 720p resolution comes to use here instead of one with 1080p resolution. But this appears not to be something bad here. The screen is displaying everything very brilliant and sharp and does have a very balanced contrast as well as a very good brightness. Also the color reproduction is very natural and never overdone. Pixels are visible already when you come a bit close to the phone, but during normal use you won't notice them most of the time. The viewing angles of the screen are simply amazing and can keep up with the ones we find with high-end phones. Here we did not notice any changes except a slightly reduced brightness when looking at the screen from the sides. The digitizer was working very well during our test. We did only notice slight issues when we did apply almost no pressure, but with normal pressure everything was working just fine. This is probably caused by the protective film on the screen. By the way, the screen has an interesting power saving feature where it is adjusting the brightness according to the screen's content. This is working very well in real life use. In our benchmarks, the Cubot X6 reached good results as the screen resolution is with 720p significantly lower than the one of most other MT6592 phones. In the Antutu benchmark, it reached 27,826 points, which results in a slightly higher ranking in between the Samsung Galaxy S4 and the LG G2. In the 3G Mark iStorm Unlimited benchmark, the phone reached 6,733 points, and in the iStorm benchmark, it reached 6,084 points. The result of the iStorm Extreme benchmark unfortunately has not been saved for some reason. In the GFX benchmark, the Cubot X6 reached a result of 1,103 points. In the Relamo HTML5 benchmark, it reached 2,126 points, as well as 707 points in the Metal benchmark. Whoever loves to enjoy multimedia with his phone will be happy with the Cubot X6. The phone is playing full HD videos perfectly smooth and also YouTube videos are played perfectly. The audio quality of the internal speaker is good and loud enough, however it could have a stronger bass playback. We did not notice any scratchy noises on full volume. The audio output through the headphone jack is very powerful and balanced and crystal clear. Through good headphones or when attaching it to some high-end sound system, watching movies and listening to music is really fun. The camera of the Cubot X6 is taking pictures with a native resolution of 8 megapixels and an aperture of f2.4. For the price class of the phone, the camera is more than acceptable and is producing pictures that are definitely usable. The pictures have a perfect color reproduction and a good contrast. Also, they are almost noise-free under good lighting conditions. Only when taking pictures in the dark or during sunset a noise will become noticeable. We did especially like that the camera does not have issues with hard-to-focus objects or with direct light. There was no milky overlay when shooting a picture with the sun right in front. Field of depth unfortunately is not that good, but still acceptable. The internal LED flash is surprisingly bright and enough even for larger rooms. To make it short, it does not have the quality of a real camera, but if you do not have one with you, the Cubot X6 is definitely a useful replacement. Video recordings are done quite well with good color reproduction and without any lags. The depth of field unfortunately is not that high here as well. The results are still very usable. The audio quality is good and the microphone is very sensitive. The front camera is creating quite good pictures with almost no noise and is definitely suitable for selfies. The reception quality of the Cubot X6 in 2G and 3G networks did not create any trouble during our test. The signal strength was average, surfing the internet on the go is working flawlessly, and the audio quality during phone calls was good and clear. The Wi-Fi reception was also very good and we did not encounter signal losses in the whole house. Also outside in the garden it did still work flawlessly. Bluetooth was working very well and without any interferences. The GPS reception quality was a big surprise for us. A lot of MediaTek-based phones have issues when it comes to GPS, but this is not the case here. The phone reached a fix for 7 satellites and an accuracy of 2 meters after 30 seconds without any modifications. Inside the house, in front of a window, it did still have a fix for 7 satellites and the accuracy was going down to 4 meters. In the middle of the house, the accuracy was 5 meters and this without any windows nearby. This surprisingly is a better result as we had with the Oppo Find 7, which is using a Qualcomm chipset and did really surprise us. So whoever needs a very good GPS will be happy with the Cubot X6. The battery inside the Cubot X6 has a capacity of 2200 mAh. This is a bit more as with most other MT6592 based phones and results in combination with the 720p screen in a slightly better battery life. The average user should be able to reach 1 to 2 days with one fully charged battery. Charging the battery takes just a bit over 1 hour. Our opinion about the phone: the Cubot X6 is probably the cheapest octa-core phone from China you can get at this time. So far we have not seen any phone with such good specs at this price level which is doing so many things right. Design, screen, processing power, accessories, camera, reception quality, battery life. All of these were able to satisfy us about the Cubot X6. One really gets the impression of a high quality and expensive phone when using the Cubot X6. Also, the compared to other MT6592 phones very low heat generation was something we did love. Especially during gaming, other phones can get inconveniently hot. The Cubot X6 stays cool all the time. To make it short, we can give you a full purchase recommendation for the Cubot X6. You might not get anything better for such a low price at this time. You can purchase the Cubot X6 through our sponsor efox-shop.com for the price of only $171 at this time, with the color options white and black. A full written review will follow soon on ChinaMobileMag.com. The link will be placed inside the video description below the video, of course. We hope that you did like this review. If yes, we would be happy about a thumbs up, a comment, and of course a subscription to our channel. Thanks for watching, bye and see you soon.